This World Cup has already had enough scandals to fill 5 tournaments, but within about 48 hours, 2 completely new scandals broke out around Argentina. Both at the exact same time, and both are already deep into investigation. One involves federal agents and an airport. The other is an accusation aimed directly at the actual president of FIFA. And all of this happened right after Messi sat there on the grass at MetLife Stadium, boots off, El Ultimo Tango, the last dance stitched into the soul, in what might genuinely be the last World Cup appearance of his career. These 2 new investigations will change the course of things. I'm going to walk you through both of these properly, start to finish, because there is a lot more to each one than the headlines are giving you. But quickly, for context, because you need the shape of the final itself first. Spain won 1-0 in extra time. Argentina did not have a single shot on target in 90 minutes. Spain had 20. Emiliano Martinez made 11 saves just to keep it that close, a World Cup final record, and his team still lost. Enzo Fernandez got sent off in the 93rd minute, leaving Argentina to play half an hour of extra time with 10 men. Then, after the whistle, things got properly ugly. A brawl involved Paredes, Molina and Argentina's own assistant coach Roberto Ayala, plus a red card that briefly appeared on FIFA's system and then vanished without explanation. This is relevant for what happened next, because within days this stopped being a football story entirely. Reports broke claiming FBI agents detained AFA President Claudio Tapia at JFK Airport before his flight home, seized his phone and were investigating hundreds of millions of dollars moved through the federation's banking system, with some reports even suggesting agents had wanted access to the locker room before the final itself. Now here is where I have to be straight with you, because this is a live disputed story, not a closed one. There is a genuine US investigation into the AFA's finances. That part is confirmed, tied to a Florida-based company that handles the federation's commercial revenue. But the AFA has since put out an official statement flatly denying that Tapia himself was detained or that his phone was seized, saying the court document being circulated was actually addressed to a separate third party, not to him. So, the real investigation is confirmed. Tapia personally being hauled off at the airport is being strongly denied by the federation at the moment. Although most people believe it is true and that AFA is just trying to hide things up. I will update you the moment that gets clearer one way or the other. This is genuinely one to watch. But there's more, and this is the one that actually went properly viral. The theory spreading through Argentine media and social media is that FIFA President Gianni Infantino struck a secret deal with UEFA. Spain wins the final, and in exchange UEFA's European federations back Infantino's re-election as FIFA President next year. Some versions go even further, claiming Infantino personally told Messi he had to hand the trophy over. It picked up millions of views within days, but before we dig it deeper, do me a favour and hit that subscribe button. I'll do my best to keep football's justice alive, thanks a lot. But back to it, and here's why it's landing with so many people right now. Because the backdrop genuinely is messy. Infantino announced back in April that he's going for a 4th term as FIFA President. He's already got more than 200 member federations publicly backing him. That's basically a lock, but almost all of the holdouts are European federations, with Germany the loudest one refusing to endorse him. And right now, as this comes out, FIFA has just announced a plan to sell off up to 20% of a brand new subsidiary that would commercially run the World Cup going forward, to private investors including the Kushner family, in a deal reportedly worth $20 billion. UEFA came out swinging immediately, saying FIFA had crossed a line and that the World Cup is not FIFA's to sell. UEFA's own president, Alexander Seferin, actually skipped this year's final entirely over disputes with FIFA. And this isn't even a new fight. During the tournament, FIFA reversed a suspension for USA's Folarin Balogun after reports that Trump personally rang Infantino about it. And UEFA publicly said that decision undermined the game's integrity. Go back further and Infantino skipped the opening of last year's FIFA Congress to join Trump on a Gulf tour instead, which triggered an actual UEFA-led walkout at that event. So, you've got a FIFA president chasing a 4th term unusually close to Trump, at war with UEFA on multiple fronts, pushing a $20 billion privatisation deal right as this tournament wrapped up. That's the water this whole thing is swimming in, and it's exactly why so many people didn't need much convincing. But look, I understand the instinct. After everything else in this tournament, Why wouldn't people reach for the darkest explanation available? But honestly, mate, you don't even need a conspiracy to explain this result. Spain had 20 shots, Argentina had none. You don't need FIFA to rig anything when one team simply cannot get the ball anywhere near the opposition's goal for 2 hours straight. Regardless of everything else, if it's rigged or not, I believe Argentina lost because Spain is absolutely more dominant and shows a much better tactical, talented football than Argentina ever will. But it's not something to overlook because underneath both of those storms is a federation with previous. This isn't Argentina's first disciplinary rodeo. Back in 2022, Emiliano Martinez made a lewd gesture with the golden glove and got filmed mocking Mbappe in the dressing room. FIFA's entire response was a fine under $20,000, no player sanctions. That same year, Enzo Fernandez, yes the same Enzo sent off in this final, had to publicly apologise after posting a video of a chant the French Federation called racist. Add in the Falklands banner from the 2026 semi-final against England, its own separate FIFA case running right now, and you've got a file that's 5 items deep before you even get to the brawl. FIFA does have real teeth when it wants to use them. They banned Luis Rubiales 3 years for the World Cup kiss, and Luis Suarez 4 months for biting an opponent. The question, same as it always is with this federation, is which version of FIFA actually shows up this time. And through all of it, not one of the central figures has properly said sorry for what happened after the whistle. Paredes posted on Instagram about pride and love for the shirt, didn't mention the brawl once. Enzo posted about honour and heartbreak, didn't mention the red card that left his team a man down for half an hour. This seems to be just who Argentina is. And this one's actually worth waiting for, because reports say Tapia is due in front of a federal court in Florida very soon. Not next month, not eventually. And if that hearing ends up connecting him personally to what investigators are looking at, this stops being a fine and move on situation, because FIFA's own statutes allow a federation to be suspended entirely over serious financial misconduct. And it wouldn't be the first time they've done exactly that to a country. Sit with that for a second. The team that just played a World Cup final potentially locked out of the next one, not for anything that happened on the pitch, but for what their own federation did with the money off it. So tell me, in the comments on the two storms, do you think the FBI story turns out to be real, or fizzles out like the AFA says it will? And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to find out how it turns to be.